In an incredibly moving episode of Bondi Vet, the Shen twins reunite after a long separation to save wildlife in trouble.
But we're really worried about his eye.
Come on.
Can Scott help little Flora overcome her fear of other dogs?
So that's your everyday walk in the park life, is that?
Yep.
Wow.
So I'm going to jump off here, head around with the snare and try and catch one, see whether they're salt or freshwater crocs.
Tim goes on a spectacular croc-catching mission.
Oh, got him!
It's very easy for that spine to bend to the point where it snaps.
And will this paralysed parrot ever fly again?
My worst nightmare would be a fracture in Eric's spine or in his wing, because ultimately either of those would mean the end for him.
You make my world a better place.
Come on, there's your girl.
I can depend on you.
3 hours south of Sydney, mobile vet Alison is on her way to a very special appointment at the Possumwood Wildlife Sanctuary.
I'm so excited today. It's a huge day. We're going to Possumwood and Bungadore and we're going to surprise Audrey, my twin, who I haven't seen for 5 months. So it's been a really, really tough 5 months.
COVID-19 state border closures have kept Alison and her twin sister Audrey apart. But with restrictions now easing, Alison's planning a surprise visit, just in time for the opening of the sanctuary's new animal hospital.
I can hardly contain my excitement. I haven't seen her. I just want to give her a big hug. And then doing the stuff that we love at Possumwood. So excited to see everyone.
Meanwhile, Audrey is already at Possumwood and is checking out the new facilities she's helped to build with owners Rosemary and Steve.
This is the waiting room.
This is the waiting room. Air conditioning in all the rooms.
Wow.
What I love about Audrey is that she's really driven. It was back in the bushfires that we discovered Possumwood and started helping out the roos in the area, and since then she hasn't stopped. She's continued her passion. You know, she's now helping Steve and Rosemary set up this wildlife hospital in the sanctuary to prepare for the next bushfires. How beautiful is this view? I have missed this place. Got my coffee, water for the day, and some presents for lovely Rosemary and Steve. So excited! Being an identical twin, you are the other half of each other, and it's been really hard being separated because it feels like I've lost one half of me.
I haven't unpacked all of that stuff yet.
And then this is the surgery.
So when I finally see Audrey, what are you doing here? Oh my God! It's like so familiar but almost not real because I haven't actually been able to touch or feel her for the last 5 months. What is going on? Really?
When she came around that corner, I just fell to the floor and it was just the biggest shock of my life. I was so happy. It was so emotional.
I thought you weren't coming.
You know, it's just been really tough, just personally, professionally, just not having her by my side. So her coming down, it meant the world.
I thought you weren't coming. That's so sad. Oh my God, there's so many cry. That's so embarrassing. I never cry. But it's also really weird because I feel like we haven't ever left each other. It's like things are just back to normal.
It's like when I see you, everything goes back to as if nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Back to business.
But with so many sick and injured kangaroos to treat, the hugs can't last forever.
And then there's another wall that comes from here to there.
The sisters' first task is to set up the hospital's brand new operating theatre.
A goes into B.
This new facility is almost like the finishing touch of my work. It also means that, you know, I can provide a service that's much better than what I've been doing. It's been a lot of planning. To see it finally finished today and all that equipment in there means the absolute world to me. And also to do it with Alison.
So we've almost got the surgery room all set up. We've got the anaesthetic and the IV fluids. We opened our brand new light, which is great. Got our ET tubes. So we're almost ready to go to treat our first surgical patient.
Long-time Possumwood resident Laurie has recently developed a worrying eye infection and needs urgent treatment.
Laurie's one of my favourite boys at the sanctuary, but we're really worried about his eye.
Oh, that looks nasty.
He's got a big swelling down there and his eye's weeping some pus, so I'm interested to go in, have a look and find out what's happening.
Just having a look in the eye, you can see all the conjunctiva, so that pink membrane is swollen, and that third eyelid's actually coming across the eye. And there's just all this pus everywhere, so I'm just trying to figure out where the pus is coming from.
That infection is just collecting under the eye and potentially could spread into the bloodstream, which is dangerous.
There's pus. So there's pus actually dripping up behind the tooth here, right under where that eye swelling is.
The original plan was to have a look at the eye, find out where that swelling is coming from, and perhaps make an incision just under the eye to remove the abscess.
So it could be a tooth root abscess.
Oh yes.
Later on, what we found looking in the mouth is that actually one of his teeth is wobbly.
Is there grass stuck in there?
Yeah, there is grass.
Yeah.
So when I'm fiddling around that cavity above the tooth, I actually find a big blade of grass. So I pull that out and flush through. Could be the grass that's causing the infection as well.
Yeah, it's grass. It's trapped up. Massive grass.
The next step is to remove the tooth. Because it's wobbly and it's not healthy, we've got to get it out.
So that's what we do when I said we split the tooth.
That's the other way. And once we get it out, we've got this nice big open cavity that we can flush all that pus through.
Looking at the tooth root area where I extracted the tooth, and all this pus is just coming out from that hole. So that kind of confirms that the infection's coming from that area.
So that tooth came out really, really easily. Definitely that rotten tooth being out of the mouth is going to clear up that infection straight away. So good result. And that would have been very, very painful. Poor Laurie.
How's your eye feeling? I'm really happy with his progress. We'll come check on him a bit later.
With Laurie now safely recovering, the two sisters can finally have a moment to catch up.
I timed it perfectly.
Perfectly, and I was very, very surprised.
It just feels like normal to be back
Yeah.
together. It feels like we haven't even missed
Yeah.
1 minute of 1 second of 1 day apart.
It is. It's really like that first 5 minutes. It was kind of surreal, and then I was like, "Is this happening?" And then straight after that, we went into work, and it was like, "Oh, she's been here the whole time." It's like you haven't even been
It's
away.
just like back to doing surgery together, back to treating our wounds together,
so
like we
weird.
never left. This was a dream.
In Isleworth, local vicar Ali is braving the cold to exercise her beloved border terrier Flora.
Good girl! Flora's about to have her 4th birthday, and we've had her since she was 9 weeks old.
Good girl. Leave it. Leave good girl.
She makes us laugh the whole time, and we say, you can't possibly be miserable with Flora around because she just makes us smile and makes us laugh. I don't know, Flora, what are we going to do with you?
But while Flora's an angel around the house, she turns into a little devil whenever she encounters other dogs outside.
She'll take on anything if she's scared of it.
Ali says Flora's once friendly personality changed 2 years ago when her and her husband made the move from Cambridge to Isleworth.
When we moved here, Flora started barking at the windows. And then gradually, when I took her outside, that sort of reaction started to transfer itself onto just about any dog she saw.
Good girl. You don't need to be frightened because there are no other dogs here, sweetie.
Flora's antisocial behaviour is taking its toll on friendly, outgoing Ali.
Something that Flora should be able to enjoy, like going for a walk, is so stressful for both of us. And the number of times that I've come back from a walk almost in tears because she has reacted so badly.
Ali now realises she needs professional help for her little dog and has asked Scott to make a home visit.
I'm hoping that Scott might come for a walk with us and see her react, and that he then may be able to give me some strategies for actually helping her to become more comfortable with other dogs. And I just want Flora to be able to go for a walk without being so overwhelmed by fear of other dogs all the time.
Where's it gone?
Hi, Ali.
Scott, lovely to see you.
And you. I'm looking forward to meet Flora.
Yes, and Flora's looking forward to meeting you, so come on in.
Thank you very much.
Scott is answering Vicar Ali's SOS about her antisocial dog, Flora.
Positively vicious, isn't she? Hello.
Flora.
Hello, baby. How are you?
While Scott's getting a warm welcome, Flora has been demonstrating a dramatic change of personality around other dogs.
So far, so good. You seem perfectly well balanced and perfectly calm, but I hear that all is not well when she ventures out of the rectory. Is that right?
No, that's right. So when we go outside, she will turn into a lunging, growling, snarling heap.
Ooh. You can hardly imagine it, looking at her now.
It's quite scary.
And when did all that start?
Basically, we lived in a small village of 3,000 people. She was fine with all of the other dogs in the village, apart from one, which was a Rottweiler who didn't like puppies. And each time we met this Rottweiler in the village, she dived for my legs.
Right. Wow, how frightening for you and for her.
It was very frightening, yeah. Not long after we moved here, she started reacting to other dogs because there is a Rottweiler that lives just down the street, a few doors down. Gorgeous, beautiful, gentle dog.
As generally they are.
Yes, but she's Flora's archenemy. And Flora
Have you got a nemesis, have you?
She does have a nemesis, and she goes absolutely berserk when this nemesis goes past.
But interesting already that you say that in her history she had a Rottweiler that she didn't like.
Yes.
That we have an anxious dog
Yep.
and we have an anxious mum.
Yeah.
And that is not a great combination.
No.
Because if she starts feeling nervous about something, you feel the same way. I think it's not healthy for either of you.
No, and I'm aware of that, so it would be great if we could get her to the point where actually she's happy and I'm happy.
Yeah, let's get to work. But first, I need to see you at your worst.
So, Scott, what I've been doing so far is when we go out, I have a yellow lead for her, which says, I need space.
Right.
And
subtle. As is.
I wear a yellow vest, which says, my dog needs space. From my online research, I discovered yellow vests that we can both wear. It was a last resort because I didn't really know how else to communicate to other people, to ask them to keep their dogs away. And some people have been really, really unhelpful.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a problem.
But does that lead to Flora having absolutely no social interaction whatsoever?
Yes.
Which isn't healthy either.
No.
Now that I've met and understood what Flora's problems have been in the past and what kind of dog she is inside the house, I do need to unleash the beast. I do need to allow her to go outside to meet other dogs and observe the behaviour. So, Ali, how do you feel whenever you leave the house?
Often, Scott, I feel quite nervous when I'm opening the door because I never know what dog might be going past.
And it doesn't take long before Flora shows her true colours.
Come on, this way.
You can see that Flora's hackles are raising. She starts to gnash her teeth. She's pulling on the lead. And Ali looks quite stressed and quite nervous as well. So you can really see that this situation is escalating and it is becoming a really aggressive and angry affair. Oh dear. So that was quite a violent reaction, wasn't it?
It certainly was, yes.
And is that normal?
Yes, that's pretty much.
So that's your everyday walk in the park life, is that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. We've got quite a bit to work on, Mrs. That is incredibly antisocial. It is such a massive shock to see Flora, a very affable, friendly girl, just turned into this aggressive beast. I mean, she's gnashing her teeth like she wants to rip this Rottweiler to shreds. It's just such a shame that she can't control her emotions, and fear is leading to aggression. And it's just unpleasant. It's unpleasant for her and unpleasant for Ali. Lot to take in today. So what we need to do is to work on her anxiety. So I'm going to ask you to come into the practice, and we're going to look at a few different things that we can use to try and reduce her anxiety from a medical and behavioural standpoint.
Yep.
First things first, we're going to ditch this because that makes me stressed just looking at it. I don't think it is going to help you or her. I think it's going to make other people more anxious.
Yes.
I need to get you to enjoy this dog again. I need you to drop your shoulders and relax and smile a bit more.
Okay.
And tell yourself it's an enjoyable activity to walk your dog. And I think all you think about is, oh my goodness, what she's going to do today. Who is she going to lunge for today?
Yeah.
I need to go, this is going to be great. It's going to be really positive and happy. Be relaxed, be calm, and transfer that positive energy through the lead.
Through the lead to her. Scott's been really encouraging today. He's given me real hope that actually we can get to the place where Flora and I can enjoy our walks and they can be happy experiences for both of us.
It's a plan.
Yep.
All we can do is onward and upward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, good girl.
Come on then, Flora, we're going to go see Scott. This way. Good girl, Flora.
Morning, Ali.
Ali and her nervous border terrier, Flora, have arrived at the practice to check in with Scott.
Is she being a good girl?
She's being a good girl, at home.
Yes.
Not quite so good outside.
The last time I saw Ali and Flora, Flora's behaviour, well, it really was quite upsetting, and it really was taking a toll on poor Ali. So I've asked them both to come into the practice. We're going to try and work through a few strategies to try and see if we can get them on the right track. What I wanted to do is to go through a few things that would just help to try and just calm her down, because we know she's quite an anxious dog. So one thing is some medication. Now, it's not like an antidepressant, which we can use in dogs. This one just helps us sort of have a nice and calm and relaxed, so that in this period where we are trying to retrain her, recondition her to actually enjoy the company of other dogs, just takes the edge off a little bit. All right?
That sounds really good.
So that's first things first. And the second one is basically like a plug-in that you would use to have a lovely smell in your house. But you won't be able to smell this, but Flora can. And this will sort of pervade into your house. And so Flora, whenever she's home, will feel really relaxed, really calm, very zen. And hopefully, again, that will just reduce any stress levels that she's feeling.
But the main reason Scott has invited Ali and Flora to the practice is for another strategy he's keen to try.
But first things first, it's all about socializing, okay? So today I've got a little visitor.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm going to be introducing her to our boy Branston, who's a really calm, relaxed dog. And hopefully, if all goes well, take them on a walk together. And on one side, you're going to be in the corner, happy, smiley, excited mum with lots of treats ready to go, getting her attention, and we're just going to see what happens.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
I'm slightly nervous because I don't really know how Flora might react, and I'm really aware that this is somebody else's dog, and I don't want Flora to react badly.
Flora, what have I got? What's this?
Lots of positivity, Ali, lots of happiness.
Yes, what have I got? What have I got here?
Branston,
girl,
sit,
Flora.
sit. Good boy.
Look, I've got treats for you. Good girl.
If you just move a little bit closer to us.
Good girl. Good girl.
We're going to try and do something that I know that you haven't done since you've been in Isleworth, which is to have two dogs off lead together.
Off
You ready?
lead.
Don't look so frightened. Nice and calm. Good girl, Flora.
Good
girl. So you let Flora
Flora.
off the lead. That's it. Branston, come.
Such a good girl.
Oh, good girl.
Good girl,
Oh,
Flora.
wow. It's so exciting. Hello,
Good girl,
everyone.
Flora.
Yeah.
By using the treats with Flora and making her sit and keeping her focused on me, Scott was able to bring Branston in, and Flora completely ignored both of them.
So when's the last time you saw her this close to a dog off lead?
A long time,
Yeah.
8 months.
Wow.
And that ended up in a fight.
Good girl. Oh, she's a good, brave girl. Yes, she is. Well done. It's because she gets fearful. But if we can see off the fear with positivity and food, then we can make things so much better. And this is good. Just to have them in the same room, off the lead, is a massive step forward.
Yes.
So now I think what we'll do is we'll go and enjoy the snowy weather of Isleworth together, shall we?
Let's have a go, yeah. Let's
have our first his and hers dog walk.
Excellent, we'll do that, yes.
Come on then, do you want to go for a walk? For Ali, up till now, it's been all about isolation and stepping away from the situation. There we go, good dogs, well done. But me, I'm a positive person, I'm a social person, and that's exactly what I want for Ali and Flora. So hopefully that little bit of positivity sprinkled over the situation will make a big difference.
That's a good girl.
Good dog, Branston. But she likes food, and that's very helpful.
Yes, she does like food.
Yeah.
That's a good girl.
I know we're sort of bribing our way into this situation, but actually for you to be able to walk this close to another dog is a first for a while, isn't it?
It certainly is. We haven't done this for a long time.
I wouldn't exactly say that Flora is loving Branston's company, but she's tolerating it, and that is a massive step forward for this upset little dog.
Oh, Flora, you're such a clever girl, aren't you?
Good girl, Flora. Well done.
Flora.
Good girl.
Well
So you
done.
can walk near a dog. Hey? So with a lot of positive reinforcement and some calming medication, I am really hopeful that things in a few weeks' time should be really improved. Well done, that's excellent.
That's such a good girl,
Really good.
Flora.
Well, hello there, Ali. How are you?
Hi, Scott, I'm fine.
Great to see you. You look very relaxed.
Thank you.
Even better, how relaxed and calm are you? With dogs just there. Look. What a leap you've made since I last saw you.
Yeah, she is working hard and I'm working hard too. And I think maybe one big difference is that I'm making much more of a conscious effort to be more relaxed when I'm out with her.
And it shows. I'd say that she's staring lovingly at Big Al, but she's staring lovingly at the pocket of your friend with the treats in it.
Who's sitting? Al sit?
I think that's probably the case, yes.
Yeah. But hey, we'll take it, because
We will.
eventually just being around other dogs and being calm will pay off. It might be that she goes, you know what, Big Al and treats in equal measure I quite like.
Yeah, indeed.
Look forward to that day.
Yeah, it's very impressive. So here's your treat. Now, you're going to let me give Big Al a treat. Good
Oh,
boy,
wow.
Big Al.
Very good sharing,
girl,
Flora. What a transformation, hey?
Indeed, yes, it is.
Actually enjoying the reason why you got a dog in the first place.
Yes.
Is to be social and to be outdoors.
Yes, indeed.
Now that I've seen Flora in action and she's doing so well, as is the very calm and assured Ali, I think the ultimate test is exposing her to the lovely Grace. See what happens. Come on. Don't expect her and Grace to be best pals. I just want you to be able to walk down your street with Grace in the other direction and her not kicking off. That's all I want.
Great.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. I feel a little bit nervous and anxious, but I'm happy to give it a go. Come on then.
Good girl.
Come on
That's
then.
it.
Good
So when we see
girl.
Grace, we can
Come
just
on
get her
then.
attention. Good girl, Flora. I
Sit.
know. And then sit.
Good girl.
Good girl. She's not
Good girl,
perfect, but you know what? This is just a few weeks.
Yeah.
A massive seismic shift from
It
what
is,
it was
definitely.
before. Because what Flora did then was she clocked Grace. She went, oh, there's Grace. Let's go and tell her off. And then immediately goes, I'd rather have treats than be a bit aggro.
Yeah.
And that's such a win.
Good.
Such a win. So
Oh.
well done.
Well, thank you.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I'm so proud of Ali and Flora. This duo were quite fearful and antisocial in a lot of ways, and now they're joyful, they're outdoors again, and just enjoying the company of each other and of other dogs. And I just think it's been an incredible journey and a great result. Well, after that, I think we need to celebrate. So let's go for another leisurely walk to the pub.
That sounds like a good idea.
Come on.
Come on, sweetie.
Good girl. Well
Good
done.
girl.
Hello. I've got a bit of a problem with my cockatiel. He had a bit of an accident this morning.
Okay, we'll get Chris to see you straight away. If you'd like to take a seat there, he won't be long.
Oh, God, here we go.
A distressed Bloss has arrived at the Bondi clinic with her injured cockatiel, Eric.
He flew out to have breakfast with me and I sort of looked around and he hit the floor, lost all power in his legs. So I'm hoping he hasn't broken his spine or anything. Hello.
What's happened?
Oh, we've got a bit of an accident here.
Concerns for Bloss has got a lot of birds and therefore has a lot of experience with them. So for her to have rushed in here, I know straight away it must be serious. Did you see him hit the floor?
Well, sort of. Was all happened so fast. Yeah. I heard him come out and then sort of looked around and he hit the floor as I looked.
Yeah.
And then flapped, and I thought, oh, this is not good.
Yeah. Can he walk?
No.
No.
There's no control in his feet whatsoever.
We obviously see a lot of birds that fly into walls, and usually that impact is head on. I guess the unique thing for him is it's most likely he's taken the impact on his chest. But still, there's been a huge impact that's gone through his spinal cord and through his internal organs as well. There's no doubt that Eric has hit hard. The fact that he's now not moving his legs and really reluctant to use his wings is a significant cause for concern. My immediate reaction is that he's done something serious to his spine. What I need to do is just work out whether he does even have any feeling in these feet here. The reason I'm squeezing the toes there, it's very important. If he doesn't have any pain perception, then ultimately it means that there's no message going through whatsoever.
I understand that.
Because if the very inside of that spinal cord is damaged, then he won't even detect pain. If you look very closely, when I squeeze those toes, he's actually able to pull them back in. You can see him just tensing up those muscles there. And again on the other side.
Oh yes, they're moving.
They're moving. That small movement of Eric's legs as he tries to pull them away, it doesn't seem like much, but it means the world to me, to Eric, and I'm sure to Bloss as well, because it means he does have some nerve function to those legs. But we need to check out the rest of his body to make sure there aren't other injuries. He does actually have a little bit of bruising. It's actually quite swollen on his chest there.
It's quite nasty, isn't it?
And normally that muscle dips down from the sternum here, whereas it's actually
come up,
bulging out. For Eric to have this amount of bruising on his chest shows just how hard he hit the floor. If he was going to land anywhere, that's probably a good spot though.
Really?
Because he's got a lot of muscle there around his sternum. It's essentially his breast muscles. The challenge though is that his spinal cord sits about 1 centimetre behind there. Given the bruising that Eric has on his chest, he's obviously hit hard. If he's hit at some sort of angle, it's very easy for that spine to bend to the point where it snaps. So an X-ray of his spine really is crucial to make sure that his spinal cord isn't hanging by a thread. X-ray. My worst nightmare would be to look at these X-rays and see a fracture in Eric's spine or in his wing, because ultimately either of those would mean the end for him.
I feel positive at the moment. I think if there's anything can be done, Chris will do it, because he's saved a couple of my other birds.
My biggest concern here has been that Eric's had some sort of spinal fracture which was about to sever his spinal cord. Looking at it though, it's pretty well aligned. All his long bones are actually intact. There's no fractures there. So what he probably has is nerve bruising. Good news is there are no fractures there.
Good, that's
which is good. So what you're seeing here is essentially shock and spinal shock. In the impact of landing the way he did, he's actually compressed his spinal cord and probably a lot of the nerves there, but it hasn't actually caused any sort of significant trauma.
Yeah, I'm very pleased, really relieved that it wasn't, a fracture or a spinal cut or something like that.
So what he needs, anti-inflammatories into the muscle. If we give them straight away, we'll start to reverse the effect of that swelling.
The final step in Eric's treatment is a soothing ice pack.
The whole point of the ice is much like a human with an injury. It takes away the swelling, takes away that extra heat, and makes him feel a lot more comfortable. Okay, so that's probably enough icing. If you take that with you.
Okay.
What we're looking for is just gradual improvement each day. I think it might be a week or so before you see him back to normal.
Okay then.
There's obvious relief from Bloss that the injuries that Eric suffered haven't been life-threatening.
Hopefully with some rest, the lucky cockatiel should regain full mobility.
You call me if there are any problems though.
Okay, thank you. I'm feeling quite positive about the outcome now. Just a matter of going home nursing him. Come on, Eric, come on.
Tonight, I'm heading out to conduct my own small survey of croc numbers in the Victoria River, southwest of Darwin. We've got a little crocodile here. Too hard to catch of a day, so we'll wait till night, shine the spotlight on him and see if we can grab him. We want to get a heap. We're here to do a bit of a survey and just see what the densities are and what age structure there are of crocs. There's so much wildlife along the river. It's a stunning place with plenty happening on the banks. But the action we want is in the water as night falls. In this area, there's both salt and freshwater crocodiles. The big crocs, we don't catch them. We just look, determine how big and if it's salt or fresh. The little guys we'll catch off the front of the boat. We do that to collect some data and just get an idea of who's around. Oh, there he goes. Look at him. Just went down. I just saw a croc there, and the second the light hit him, he went down. I think that's because of the moon. It's full tonight. So on a light night like tonight with the full moon, they're on high alert, and the light, anything, noise of the boat, bang, they're down.
No, he's grabbable, Timbo. He's grabbable. Keep going, Matty. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Just down. That was a good-sized croc. Probably 3 foot, freshwater croc. Just too shy, he just dived. Now the spotlights will keep the croc still, and while they're in his eyes, he won't move. We creep up at a steady pace and grab him from the side. Little to the right, little bit to the right, there he is. Got him. Ah, he's only a little, smallest we've got tonight. That's a freshie. This is a lucky croc. On average, less than 1 in 100 make it to 1 year of age. It's a good night. We've got a few crocs in the bag now, both fresh and salt water. It suggests that there's a healthy population here. Straight in. Yep. Oh, got him.
All right, mate, got him.
Yep, grab the croc. I'm in the tree.
Yeah, I got him.
What is it?
Oh, nice little salty.
This croc's about a year old, so I'm guessing that they're last year's babies.
There's one. Round the left, Matt.
There he is, boys.
There he is, 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 there he is.
Got him? Look at that. Come in for a croc and find these. Northern red-faced turtle and a tree frog. This little frog would make a good snack for a baby croc. Now that croc, they're all along the edges, and that's because it's safe, but also there's food. These frogs are everywhere. There you go, mate. Whoa, look at that. There's a heap of crocs up along this wall. It goes over a road, and they're sitting there. All the fish are pushing up, and they're there, mouths open, ready to get some fish. So I'm going to jump off here, head around with the snare and try and catch one, see whether they're salt or freshwater crocs. See him over there? They're quick.
Yeah, I see. Still going. Left. There he is.
I'm going to try and corner him off. Got him. Torch, torch, torch.
Try him, mate.
Don't want to get bitten. Torch. Look at that. Freshwater crocodile. He's about 4 foot, half grown. These guys don't get anywhere near as big as their cousin, the saltwater croc. He's fat. Must have been a good year. Crocodiles store fat in their tail. This guy's got a good bulk. Listen to that noise. This croc would be 5 years plus. And as soon as he's captured, he still makes that distress call. You can see there the platal valve. That's what allows crocodiles to keep their mouth open underwater. And they need to do that to hold prey and drown it without drowning themselves. Righto, mate, let's get some data on him. From this small survey, it seems croc populations are pretty healthy. Easy, mate, easy. But some serious research is needed into actual croc numbers in the territory before any decisions on their future protection can be made.